since you're lukewarm, he'll spew you out. So basically, in these times, you have to choose a side. As
so where are the white people?
Where the white people? They're not on this side because they're not a part of the 12 tribes. Do you know the origins of the white people? To put in layman's terms, of course we all know the so-called white. Huh?
The bubonic plague?
No, that was actually Israelites that suffered from the bubonic plague. The bourgeois are the first Caucasians to rise up after the bubonic plague, because during the Dark Ages it was actually dark people that was ruling. And you can find that. You go over into, actually that's through the Spirit. I brought my book. It's called The Russian Icons. Okay, and it shows you pictures of basically ancient artifacts showing that how we ruled in those times, and showing pictures of it. Sorry, I got this sack on. Okay, this is an important piece to show people, because everybody think, hey, Great Britain or Europe, you know, it is automatically a white nation. Just like people think Egypt is a bunch of Arabs over there, when it was the Sunnis that actually ruled that land. Okay, this is a book called Icon, Divine Beauty. This is one of the archangels depicted with color before iconoclasm happened. Okay. These are pictures of the saints. I got to get the names. I got them highlighted. But there's a picture of the Lord numerous amount of times depicted as a man of color. Okay. So what I'm basically saying, and this is before the iconoclasm, and you can kind of see here they take the color out of it, they whitewash it. Okay. But in this depiction, they didn't get to it as well. You can see melanin up in there, you know. And the point is during the Dark Ages, there were men of color, and during the bubonic plague, that's when those men of color suffered that sickness, and then the boys.
The blue eyes and the blonde hair and stuff.
No, the ones that suffered sickness were the men of color. They were a ruling force in the Byzantine Empire. Once they got sick through the bubonic plague, then that's when the Caucasians were able to rise into power, because we are already mingling. We were mixing at that time. Yeah, of course you're not supposed to mix, but as far as society, they began to mix and become popes and things like that. And so that's when they rose into high ranking power, and then eventually it just took over.
So it's really frowned upon to be mixed?
Yeah. You don't want to be mixed. It's just like a dog. You know, you want a dog to be a full-blooded, husky. You know.
Not me. I would like it to have the best of both worlds, different attributes. That's why I have mixed children. Fighting racism one baby at a time.
Yeah, but it ain't gonna work like that. As long as racism exists, it's not gonna go away. Only way you can kill.
Fighting racism here?
Am I fighting racism? No, I am doing the only way to fight racism is to go on my side of the fence, because the Most High set us up to be divided. Even in the last days, or when salvation comes, He's going to divide us. Then He set forth.
That's why He gave the black man such a hard time. He'll be blessed in the end.
Yeah, because Negroes, Latino, Native Americans are
helping them carry the cross that long journey and all that.
Nah, they're the true children of Israel, and the elect are the ones. It's not necessarily black people also, because it's not based off of color necessarily, because you got people in Sicily that have Israelite blood in them, you know. That comes from mixing. So if your husband, right, is a black man, so to speak, and you have children with him, that child is still black. Now, if you have a black woman have a child by a white man, that child is white. As such as
so my babies really are all different colors, because their dads are all different.
Yeah, but if one is so-called Edomite, then which is white from the white nation, then that child is white. But if you have a child that's black, had a black father, then that child is black. Okay, that child has an opportunity of salvation. Edomites don't have an opportunity of salvation. Right now, this is the Edomite salvation. This right here. This is the Edomite establishment, the so-called white man's establishment, his kingdom. Now it's the Bible says one kingdom is translated to another. You know, like they say, this world, this place is not big enough for the both of us. There's never been one sole power ruling type of people.
That kingdom will be taken out from underneath it, and all of its children will be spread out as vagrants.
Yep. So back to the origins of the so-called white people is basically yeah, because they're red actually. It's just translucent skin. Okay. Basically come from the Caucasus Mountains, of course. You got your Amalekites, different nations. You got driven up into the mountains by the Israelites. Eventually came out, but before that you were known as the Edomites. Okay, the Edomites, Jacob and Esau, we've been warned. The whites and the blacks were warned since the beginning of time. You know, you can actually go back and say it was Adam and Eve, not Adam and Eve, but
Cain. So you absolutely refuse that it can't be a state of mind or a state of heart? Because like Jesus says, love with your heart, and I can love all with my heart. What about albinos? You know, they could really be born of a black man and a woman and be albino. Yeah,
it's not based off the skin color. That's why I said that.
Okay, so like if you are of a certain way of heart.
No,
am I annoying you, arguing with you?
No, okay. no. This is as long as we've been logical.
Okay, I'm trying.
Basically, it's based off of melanin. It's based off the spirit, and it's ultimately at the end of the day based off your who your father is. But at this time, our races has been so diluted. All you can really do is go off the spirit at this point. But ultimately, the key source is basically is your dad's dad is an Israelite. But at this point, like you said, you have mixed kids. You're trying to fight racism, but you're diluting the race. So, and like let's say 50 years from now, last name's been changed, this and all that, and we can't go back to whether your husband was a black dude or not. You see what I'm saying?
I'm just saying, like when I raise my children, I raise them with love, and I embrace the whole culture. Like if a Spanish baby, I learn Spanish. I learn how to do their hair. I learn how to do their culture, their food. I embrace it. Both worlds, both ways, you know?
Right.
As well as other ones.
But
and not many people adapt other cultures like that. Especially so many, because you really have to completely adapt it, because that's your child and you love your child.
Yeah, but it's you have to. It's all about separation. The Most High has always been about separation. Whether you braid little Tyrone hair up or not, he's still gonna have the spirit of an Israelite. He's still gonna have Israelite tendencies. He's still gonna like certain things. You can teach him and raise him a certain way, but he's
exactly.
Still,
but you understood like.
Yeah. Even so, basically, what I'm saying is, no matter how you raise them, they're gonna be what the Most High made them to be. So you can raise them to love rock and roll. He might like Metallica or whatever, but he's still gonna have Israelite tendencies in them because of what the Most High made them to be. So basically, what I'm saying is that your agenda, and you may have a sincere heart about it, but it's ultimately what the Most High deemed it to be, and that's for us to be separate. Okay? If you want to deal with a man as a woman according to the scriptures, you could deal with, especially being a heathen, you could deal with any race you want. There's a woman and a heathen, you could deal with an Israelite man. That's what we've been doing that. Solomon did.
So what is your classification for heathen?
Non-Israelite. Non-Israelite. It may sound like derogatory, but it is derogatory to be non-Israelite. But in this society, the newspeak, they try to make it something else. But heathen is a non-Israelite, okay? And basically, you as a woman being a non-Israelite, you can go deal with it, okay? What we have a problem with as far as mixing is when our men go deal and marry with these other women, or our women go and marry these other men, okay? You're not supposed to fall in love with heathens or non-Israelites. You can have babies with them all you want, but you're not supposed to fall in love and have them as your bae or your number one. You know, they could be a little boot thing or something.